Hey guys, Fets here from 11 Bravo Gaming with an analysis of the Xbox One reveal today. It just happened today, so I'm going to do a little bit of a qualitative review. We don't have a whole lot of facts yet that we'd like to have, so this will be a little bit subjective, but you may say, Fets, why are you talking about this now? Well, there's a lot to talk about, and what I'd like to do is kind of aggregate what I've read so far and kind of give us a place to start talking about it. My background is actually based on PC and console. So I played PC years ago, a lot of Team Fortress, Day of Defeat. I bought a PS3 and got really big into Modern Warfare 2. I transitioned to Bad Company 2 on the PS3, and then whenever it got hacked, I switched over to Xbox. One of the reasons I switched to Xbox, I'd been wanting to, was the online experience. I found that playing Call of Duty on the PS3, Microsoft had a much better grasp of what multiplayer gamers wanted, what we were looking for in a game like Call of Duty or Battlefield. And I thought Microsoft just really did a good job of understanding the gamer. And I think what we saw today with the reveal of the Xbox One was a complete 180 from that. Basically said they weren't going to worry about the gamer, they were going to try to appeal to the mass market and hope the gamers would come. Like, you know, and maybe this Xbox One will be a really good gaming machine. Maybe it'll be an amazing gaming machine. But they sure didn't give us any reason to think that today. Other than, you know, the graphics are going to look like PC graphics. So I currently have a PS3. I play mostly on Xbox. I have a gaming PC. I do play like Left 4 Dead 2 on PC a lot. I play a little Battlefield 3 on PC, but if you look at my stats, not very much. So let's talk about the Xbox One reveal. What are some unanswered questions in my mind? I want to know when I can get it. I want to know how much it's going to cost me. That's a big deal because it's really competing directly with gaming PCs, and cost is going to be a concern. If it's significantly cheaper than a PC, that's definitely an item in the pro column for the Xbox. Is this really always online? And there's quite a bit of information we think that has come out about this. I did just read an article saying yes, it requires at least to connect daily. This was on Pixel Enemy. It has to connect at least once a day to the internet to work. And I don't know if that means it's going to lock you out. If it doesn't, you know, that remains to be seen. I have a lot of concerns. I'm privacy minded, security minded, and I have a lot of concerns about this always on connect, always watching me, listening to me. Is it going to be reporting marketing data back to a server somewhere? Can I use it without the connect? I don't think I'm going to be able to. That really bothers me a lot, the idea that my Xbox is going to be watching me all the time and listening, and it's actually going to sit there and be in a powered on state 24/7 waiting for me to come in and say Xbox on. So it's going to be constantly listening. If I'm in here doing a commentary, if I'm in here talking to my wife or my kid, the Xbox is going to be able to hear what I'm saying, and that bothers me a lot. And that's something that, you know, you're going to have to weigh on a personal level, how much that bothers you and how much it doesn't. But can I disconnect the Kinect and play without it? Probably not, from what we know from the approach and the attitude that Microsoft's taken with it. Is there going to be an ecosystem like Steam? Is there going to be an ecosystem where older games are available on fire sales for very cheap, and players can pick up games that no one's buying anymore, but when they go on sale, a bunch of people pick them up and have a lot of fun playing with them? That's something they need to do, the way they're trying to take away the used game market. I think, you know, people on Steam don't seem to mind not having a used game market, and that's a big reason, is that ecosystem that exists. There is some talk of used games, like Microsoft was vague about some sort of online trade-in system. There's some rumors that you'll be able to, whoever has the disc will be able to play the game. So I buy a game, I install it on my Xbox, which the game will have to be installed. It's required, I guess, to play from the hard drive. So I install it and I play, and I sell the game, or I give it to my brother to play. He installs the game from the disc, and then it activates the license on his machine and deactivates mine. So if I tried to play it from my saved file, it would say that the license is not active. if I wanted to get it back and play again, because it's my game, I'm just lending it out, I would put that disc in and reactivate the license. It's not clear that this is going to be how it works. In my mind, this would work really well. I would think that is a great solution. A lot of stuff I've read makes me think that's not going to be the case, that it's going to activate once and that's it. And if you want to give the disc to your friend, they can put the game in and install it, and then they have to purchase an activation key or code or license. And that license is not going to be cheap. Obviously they couldn't make it cheap, because then I would buy one game and share it with my friends who would get a discounted price on a new game, like when Battlefield 4 comes out. What they're going to have to do, or what they're going to do, I've read, is it'll be retail pricing. So whatever the game is going for at retail, which is probably going to be determined by Microsoft, is what you'll pay for that unlock activation code. So I'm going to leave this in the yet to be determined column. We don't know enough about how used games are going to work. To some people, used games aren't a big deal. PC gamers, it's not a big deal. To a lot of people, it is still a big deal, especially considering the PlayStation 4 seems to have some pretty strong indication that it will support a used game ecosystem. So that might be something that hurts the Xbox quite a bit there. Another question I have, will my Triton 720s work with this? You know, Microsoft has that really retarded cable that runs, the talkback cable it's called, that goes from your controller to your headset to provide, it's your voice input for the Xbox. PlayStation doesn't have to deal with this. They have a better, use the Bluetooth technology. Works a lot better. And it's something it was one of the only things I hated going to the Xbox. And that cable is just annoying. I've had 3 of them fail, actually, and the cables just get wiggled around so much they go bad. So will they get rid of the talkback cable? Hopefully. I can't imagine them still having it. And will my Triton be able to work, or am I going to have to go out and buy another headset, another $130 headset, or more if you're running Astros or an AX Pro or one of the Turtle Beaches? Now, as a YouTuber, I have some concerns, and this is going to be it's going to be the same with all the systems. So the video, the Xbox will have a PVR, just like the PS4. And we don't know the extent of that. Generally, those aren't as good as actually having your own PVR and recording the way most YouTubers do. But with the HDMI output in the Blu-ray drive, like the PS3 has, the PS3 actually, you can't output HDMI and record to your PVR. You have to use the component cables because there's encryption and they block it. And it's really annoying, and I really hope that doesn't become an issue with the next Xbox. But that's kind of more of a YouTuber thing. For most people, that's not going to be a big deal. Skype. Now, Skype is interesting. I've been dying for Skype to come to the Kinect in the Xbox, and I'm really excited that the next Xbox will have it. But I'm concerned about security, because if you know anything about Skype, you know that it is ripe for DDoS attacks. So either if you're a YouTuber streaming, or if you just piss off the wrong person, you beat them really bad in a game and they get mad, and they go out and they rent a DDoS attack server, which is very easy to do, and they attack your Xbox through the Skype account. That's a concern. You know, what is Microsoft going to do to protect against that? Skype, you know, can I hide Skype from my friends so no one sees what the Skype login is? Am I going to have to use Skype for party chat? Will it only be available to friends list, which I have a lot of people on my friends list I don't know. That's a little bit problematic for me. But that's again specific to someone doing YouTube, so probably not a huge deal, but it's again a security issue that I'm concerned about. You know, one concern I have is that my wife realizes all she has to do is walk in the room and say Xbox off, and it turns off my game. So that's something I saw mentioned on Twitter I thought was pretty funny, and I could see that happening if I start playing too much. Anyways, those are the questions I have still. You can see there's this huge list of questions we don't know. If you have some answers, please leave them in the comments, or things that you think how that might work from what you've read or seen. I do have one wish list item that I would have liked to have seen them do that they didn't, and that is a better controller. I know they say they upgraded it, But I'm a huge fan of the scuff design with the back paddles, and I would have loved to have seen some back paddles incorporated into the Xbox controller. I think that would have been really nice. Some of the things that stood out to me that I loved about the new Xbox: no more waiting for updates for games. It happens in the background. That's one of the advantages of the Always Online. There are a lot of advantages to the Always Online. Multitasking. The multitasking in the reveal trailer was awesome. They're saying that you'll be able to get in a queue for a game, so I'm queued up waiting to join a game. I can bring up a browser and surf the internet. I can go Skype. I can go watch a movie while the matchmaking happens. And I think that's awesome. I can't wait for that kind of functionality. I love the idea of Skyping while I'm playing a game. Maybe a game like Borderlands, which gets slow, you do a lot of grinding. Throwing down a Skype conversation and doing a video chat or text chat while you're doing it would be really cool. I like that a lot. So I think there's a lot of really good things that came out of that. The system looked really good, you know, performance looked good, but there are some really massive concerns where, you know, is this really gamer focused, and you know, is it really going to be the system that is going to be popular next generation, or the PS4, where Sony has made a pretty big plea to gamers, saying, hey, we are focusing on gaming again. We're coming back to the gamer. And I really like the message, and if it's true, it's something that's going to have to be considered. So I really am hoping you guys will use this video as a forum and give some feedback and talk about this in the comments, just because there's so much still coming out about it. So please do that, and I will be reading all the comments and replying and engaging with you guys. So for 11 Bravo Gaming, this is Fets, and I'm out.